Welcome back to part number 18 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Carthage with the Invictus mod. My first playthrough with Invictus. I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. I should have probably picked it up a bit sooner. The revolts and slave revolts, the larger revolts, etc. I've been complaining about somewhat earlier in the game. Maybe I complain about them too much, or maybe I just don't notice them as much now that I'm larger. But anyway, I should have picked the game up sooner, perhaps, or the mod up sooner. Whatever the case may or may not be regarding that matter, we are still mulling about here in our newly conquered territory of Anatolia. The map over here is Carthage. Parthia has gone mad. Armenian revolt. It's quite a bit of border gore around. There are a lot of new regions here with this mod to conquer. A lot of interesting things happening. I was thinking of something to do while this aggressive expansion burns down. It could either take more aggressive expansion, but we have no modifier per se, other than the 1.53. Or we could release a vassal. I moved, let's see, quite a few pops out of this territory, or this province. And now, it only has 45 pops. I could probably move more. Let's see if there are any more. No, they're all out. A lot of Punics were there that they've relocated to these cities here in this province. I rearranged the holy sites a little bit, spent some money and some PI to acquire, well, you know, the truth of the matter is here, aggressive expansion, change, and tyranny. I wonder if we could change our deity here to a more, let's see, no, it's not bad. Aggressive expansion, impact, corruption, provincial loyalty. That would be a nice omen as well. Because we get corruption 0.05, and we wouldn't have to run this omen. This aggressive expansion is very, very it's not spectacular. We have a bunch of stability right now. I probably should have changed this sooner. But let's see what we have here. Citizens, pop growth. This looks to be the person or the deity for the job there. Let's swap it out. And then we can make a glorious holy site to smash there. Perhaps we'll put it in holy site row. There's one here, one here. Well, wait a minute. One here, one here, one here, and we need one here as well. So now we should... Anyway, I arranged so that there are more import routes. I have noted in my storage area here for artifacts and relics that I had quite a few base trade route augmenters. So I plopped more of them down and solved whatever food crisis was going on, which seems to be an ongoing theme as these pops promote. I built quite a few academies in these cities. They're requiring ever more food, but they will produce also ever more trade routes as they promote up to nobles from their 3 academies per city. I suppose that I could create more marketplaces as well. It's not a bad idea, but so far we're holding our own. And there are many, many other cities in Iberia that sort of could use a temple. Not really sort of, that they could. I mean a theater. A great many of these cities. That's our vassal, but here, none of these are primary culture, except this one. So money is sort of tight relative to our need. The AI has built quite a few cities in Iberia, and I need to fix them up. We still don't have, I don't think these areas here have theaters, do they? They do. I built them. This still doesn't. Does it need one, though? It sort of does. Well, we'll put one there. No, we're not. We're not. It's mostly Punic already, and it will assimilate at its own pace. How about you? You don't have one either? We probably could use some for the Numidian levy. Or Legion at some point. But if it's not broke, really, why fix it? As I was saying, I need the money for various other matters. Anyway, I was thinking very strongly about releasing this as a client state immediately, as all of the pops that can be moved have been, and I could then use that client state to conquer Zan. So if we release Tripolitania, we'll have to reintegrate the 45 pops, but we do that sort of thing really quick, and I want to do this in the downtime. Besides, if I don't do it and I empty this city even further, I believe more pops will migrate there. Yeah, it's the less pops are there, the more come. So maybe I'll just release it right now. There it is, right there. Tripolitania. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll re-release him and send him an improved opinion, and wait the 10 years before we integrate. So in theory, if we wanted to war here, we could take a bit of territory in Tripolitania and Cernassia for ourselves. Tripolitania, yeah. We have these two territories right there. But Cernassia, on the other hand, is probably worth taking, as it's adjacent to the Ptolemies. There's actually not a lot of it there either, but it would probably be relatively low cost. And we could put some theaters, temples, and whatnot up in these cities. I was thinking of a bit of a peacetime burn, a little longer. We're burning down 1.10, only 0.39 of which is from our tyranny. 0.36 is from being at peace. The traditionalists want to tear down a holy site somewhere. Let's not do that. Who knows? Maybe we'll need to desecrate it or whatnot with militant Epicureanism at some point. We're also nearly topped out on our traditions. I looked at the Punic traditions here. We could take war elephant maintenance costs. We don't really spend all that much. And then we've got this naval stuff. Or we could take a planes combat bonus, which is nice. We'll take that. Let's spend another one of our provincial improvements we got from that latest mission set to improve the pop capacity. Can probably use another city here in our capital territory. Also moved quite a few pops out of this province here, as we have the diplomatic slots available. Let's see exactly. I moved them here. It's a positive loyalty and positive there as well. So we can move more pops out of here and then release it as a client. Let's see, anywhere but here and Pompello. So we get below there and we can just move pops en masse, as many as will come out. There we go. So then we can move them here as well. We'll move them. Yep. So there's a bunch of pops in here now, but at least they're happy because of all the loyalty boni we have, the governor policy I have in place. What is it? 0.05 up. we have our brand new deity corruption, and we can run this loyalty omen next time around as well. We can also move a, let's see, 2 Punic Canaanites up here and release this as a vassal. It has a grand total of 10 pops, and then we could declare war in Pictonia as well. So I have moved 2 Canaanite Punics here, and can now release the province of Aquitania as a client state. That would be a Hellenic or a Canaanite Punic client state. And they can integrate in 10 years. Let's go ahead here and improve the opinion. We have a claim in Pictonia already. I think we may have one here, as we do have one there as well. There's a fair group there, all right. Allied with one another through here. There are a lot of cities there, all right. Pretty deep down there. I bet there are a lot of forts as well. Not really all that many, though. If we were just running mercs, I would probably be afraid that I'd run out of juice and steam and not be able to get this done in a timely manner, because I'd have to probably flush out the 4 mercs we have, hire new ones, and then reorganize them and get them down. But with our siege legions, I think we can get the job done and use the mercs for combat and just assault every now and again. It's probably going to take longer than I think, than I'm envisioning at present, because it's fairly deep in there, and we'll have to get all the way down unless we don't, because with the war score is probably going to be prohibitive to where, well, we're going to find out. And then if we still have a sufficient amount of aggressive expansion, maybe we could hop on our fleet and head up here to attack Pictonia. I'm not sure that's quite as actionable as I would like to think, but who knows. I'd like to bring our mega polyremes to bear on the situation here, but there are no forts with ports. So we'll leave them ported here as well. Why not hire these mercs that are in Anatolia? I don't plan to war around here anytime soon. Macedon has a massive vassal horde that I don't want to deal with. Then there's, who knows really, it can be these relatively small revolts, Paphlagonia, etc. can be dealt with siege legions. Then there's the Seleucid Empire. There's not much of it. I don't think we're even adjacent. And then there's Egypt, and we don't need those mercs at all. So the only thing these mercs can do here is cause trouble for me if the enemy were to acquire them. I'm slowly building up these aqueducts. I think I misread that mission the last time. If we get to the point where we can... I don't think we need anything, actually. Let's see. It doesn't say why this won't finish or trigger. There's no time. It says it gains metropolis status upon completion of this mission or this task. I have to assume that it won't do it because it doesn't have the requisite number of pops, I think. So I'm building some aqueducts, and I'll move pops in. Do we need that marketplace? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Gonna move more pops. We have an oratory advance. Let's see what we can do with it. Siege engineers or another 2.5. Going with siege engineers. Let's load them up. Move them out. These mercs are just now returning. The one from Syracuse is not yet back. In theory, I have one more merc I can pick up. I was thinking of stopping by Crete. There he is. Let's grab him. We can't do it. Why not? Oh no, we don't have the proper... We don't have enough storage space. Well, so much for that idea. We can pick him up later. We'll just sail right down here and begin the war in earnest. Or we'll just not worry, really. We'll hire this guy. We'll pay a truckload of money for him. We'll not worry about that either, as we're going to be able to extract some money from our war partner there at some point fairly quickly when we integrate our new client. We have arrived. We're going to declare this war, take Cernacia. Rome is out again. Well, okay, so we have some forts along here. And just a normal couple of provinces here and here. So if I drop a merc, this guy, for instance, should be able to force march right there. And then we'll leave the rest on the fleet and head over here. We have arrived. Let's sail on down here. We hit that occupation. Let's roll down here. Our infrastructure is improved. I think that is our last improvement. Yep. Okay, so we can, in theory, force march you here. And then force march our other siege taxes here. We've found the first levy of Cernacia here. It looks like it's over for him. We have a most wonderful, bountiful harvest event, which we'll take the money from. That's the way I like to start sieges, 35%. Let's head on down here. We'll find, we'll sail right down here and take these capitals out with our non-siege mercs. We have 2 on board. We have a couple of forts here. We may as well direct them to go here. We've dropped that capital. Yikes. That's a large... Well, we'll get on the way and hope that siege drops. The siege just dropped. Let's move it out here. Why walk when you can force march? Our fleet has moved. Let's force march here and here. Hold on just a minute here. Engage that unit. We should win. We have... Where is he going? We don't know. We drop that siege. Let's head down here. War occupation. What's your story? On his way. Womp. Where's the nearest fort? Pretty deep in there. And you, I sure would like to get that occupied before I force marched through there, that's for sure. If we force march one of these mercs down there, we can get food friendly here. And if we force march you down here, we can get food friendly there, and then we can force march you down to that siege without eating up all of his food. The problem is actually doing it in a timely manner. I don't think any of that's going to happen. And this guy is just going to have to saw through his food. He can be happy. We're going to go here, take this capital, and then eat the enemy's food while we siege this fort. We've done it again. I have no idea where this guy's armies are. We We dropped another provincial capital. We'll take the port. Let's move out here. Still no armies, really. We've occupied another. It looks as though we've found at least an army there. A levy. I'm gonna force march down in here. He's going to engage our poor levy of Wyatt, which I just created. I have no doubt he'll win. Well, who knows, really? What's his... Miltech 6, I see. It looks like our friend is going to get worked over unless we can... Oh, what is that? I think this guy's going to get back, head back here and get stack wiped. And I think, when are you going to arrive? August 2. Can he hold on? He can't. It's over for him. Let's assault this fort right here. Our food is holding up on this forced march. Oh, Wyatt's revenge. Let's assault that fort. We dropped something. Let's... Oh. Yikes. Well, we'll head up here. That was a large stack right there, this guy. Well, that's what they get for following a 4 martial leader, I suppose. We dropped this siege here. Wait a minute. Where is this joker going, though, is a question. I bet he's going right here. The fact of the matter is... I guess so what? This siege will finish. We'll get on board the Navy and we'll rebase there. We need to get this occupied and then this assaulted between Bismarck and what's left of this one. It looks like it's over for this guy for the second time in this war. I'm going to redeploy this to this capital. We'll go right to the fort. Then we'll pivot this guy back up here. Once that falls, we'll go here, take his capital. Have this guy go down here. We'll call it a war. We've dropped this siege. Let's head to port here. Oh. Well, will this guy ever make it to this assault? I doubt it. But we'll get him out of here anyway. There's no reason to let him go just right now. I'm going to load up here and we'll sail, you know he's going right here. To base there. Home base. Yep, there he goes. Well, we'll go down here instead with this Merc. This area here I think is handled. So again, this war is pretty much over. Once this fort falls, these 2 forts have some Mercs down here. It's very close to the end. Oh dear, he's adjacent to a port. We can get him. We've occupied this area here. Can we sneak by? We can't. And we sort of can. We've arrived by sea. I'm pretty sure we catch this guy. Oh! Breakthrough. No. Here we go. We've done it. What is that? Where's this guy going? Apparently he's escaped. He's fast. What to do with our glorious breakthrough? We'll take the siege ability. We're about to arrive at that fort. We still have plenty of food thanks to our Barca Award. Army weight modifier as well as our other innovations. Egad, it's our own guy. It's our own guy. That's why we didn't... Oh, brother. So there's nobody left. Well, just in case this fort doesn't want to fall, we're going to head down there and join in the bash there. We've occupied this area. We still can't make it by, but if we take this, we can move by. I suspect by the time we take this fort could well fall. He's been holding this levy here in reserve. What do we have here? 6 stability, national taxes. What's our taxes? Could always use more money, really. We've occupied that area. Now we can pass by that fort and get down here. Let's assault this mad fort. Boom. Where is this guy going? We don't know. Do we need trouble with him? With these mercs? Not so much, no. We have this army, can take care of business down there. We're closing in on this provincial capital. This siege should fall momentarily. We'll head here, close the war out. I don't think this guy knows what's coming. These guys are fast. We've occupied another area here. Let's, we'll go right here. Bagheera. We drop that. Let's, well, let's head here. We've dropped this siege. We can now force march down here. Unfortunately for me, there does not seem to be any point in proceeding. This is a 10 war score. This is 5. There is some... Where is this area? There's one more province that can be taken. His capital. The question is it worth our while to traipse all the way down there and then traipse back? Probably. But not with our first army. We're going to head back here. And we'll have these guys go and assault the fort and end the war. He snuck right by. We caught him. What goes on here? Let's assault that fort. We can't call upon this loyalty for another 8 months, so why do anything? Our city just hit. Let's see what we can do here. We're not paying. Where's our city? There it is. I'm going to find some pops. I'm sure there are plenty about. There are. We need another city, in fact, as well. That'll be the last non-grain territory, I believe, to be urbanized in our capital. Let's do it. I was looking here. I found a Democrat in office somehow. I'm not sure how it happened, but we have this orator who can learn the art of statesmanship here. We'll give him free hands. And he can be redeployed over to either of these two positions. These guys are getting up there in age. Boom. That is the end of that. And I think that we can now peace out with this felt 102 now. I see. I see. We can't get by this capital province, so it was an exercise in futility. I would swear that that said, yes, that's the 9. I thought it was the 6. Oh well. So there's no way to take any more war score out of this character because this is the roadblock. And that is the size. Ho, 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 ho. I need to transfer the ownership to Wyatt. I'll be back. Wyatt. There he is. There it is, all to Wyatt. So we should remain at 25.18 AE. We've done it. We can begin to integrate Wyatt November 548. He has 650 pops, so it'll be a while probably. The Roman 1300, 570, about 30 years out. Alright, I'm gonna get back to this port. Say right here. We'll force march out of here and get to this fleet. We'll pick this unit up here. And where to go next? We have 25 AE. I bet that we could attack Pictonia. But then we'd have to return or stay and do what? Some of these provinces are bleeding loyalty even with all of our boni. I'm going to pick out provincial capitals at first in each of these areas and build theaters. Our wonderful vassal has had the same idea here, and I believe here as well. He's done it here as well. Well, we're about a half an hour in that episode, so let's just remove ourselves from our new client here, Wyatt. And I think go up here and attack Pictonia and maybe rally into Treveria and Taurinia with a claim that I have either here. Can get Lepontica and Treveria, who's in a civil war with himself, but we'll have theoretically be sort of bordering Treveria with our vassal here that will probably, Stomatas, that will probably take this aspect of Pictonia, leaving us free to annex Taurinia and perhaps Lepontica with Lucanium, or maybe take some territory ourselves. But there's a lot of war score and territory up here to be had, relatively low cost when compared to standard warring without vassals. We can take what we want, an appropriate amount of aggressive expansion that won't hurt. We can give the rest to the vassals and be ready to bounce, say, down to Crete and take some territory for ourselves that's heavily urbanized. Although the way the AI urbanizes these areas, a lot of it is heavily urbanized. Whatever the case may be there, I hope to see you in the next episode.